Hello, hello, ladies. Hopefully we are live. Yes, we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of Healthy Empowered Women. Oops, I forgot to turn all my notifications off. How is everybody going this Tuesday night? Super excited for you all to meet my guest speaker, and would love to hear how everyone's going. And my society members, how is everybody? Everyone's been a little bit quiet the last few days, so always makes me wonder how everyone's going, whether they're still keeping up with all their goals and everything like that. So if you're joining us tonight, please comment below and let us know. And if you're not in Perth, I'd love to hear whereabouts you are joining us from. I think tonight's session has got lots of interest, so I'm guessing there's a lot of women out there that are interested in manifesting. So I know that it has been something I've been really delving into lately, and yeah, pretty excited about it. So can't wait to chat a bit more with Jess and be able to share that with you all. So I'll just give everybody a second to hop on here, and then I'll introduce. So, oh, hello, Sharon. Hey, Michelle. Hello, Casey. Yay. Alrighty. We will get started because I know that there's people watching. Always helps, doesn't it, right? So I'm super excited to introduce you to my guest speaker tonight. Jess and I met at a business networking event. Was it a year ago? I think it was a year ago, maybe longer, a year and a half, 2 years ago. And we've got back into touch the last few months. And I think there's something about her where you're just drawn to her. And I said to her, I need you to come and share your magic with the ladies in this Facebook group, because she's got some pretty amazing stuff to share. So a little bit about Jess. She actually has a background in elite boxing, also health coaching, Reiki healing, and social work and child and family therapy. She's brought all her qualifications together to be able to work with people in the space of life coaching and manifestation. And I think business is Manifest Magic. So can't wait to hear a bit more about that. And just really helping us to work through our blocks. Yes, we have lots of them, and any sabotaging behaviors that are holding us back. So I'd like to introduce you to Jessica. Thanks, Jess, for joining us tonight.
Hello, and thank you for having me. I am very excited to talk about manifesting, as it's something that I have, I guess, secretly been doing for a really long time, and people quite often call me the lucky one. But I want to share that luck really is not involved. There is a lot of tips, there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of things I've invested in regards to manifesting. And so I've kind of stepped into a space now where I really want to openly share the things that I've manifested and help people attract their biggest desires and understand what they are, and dive deep into their, I guess, soul journey and discover who they actually are and what their purpose is and what they actually want, and help them get it.
Awesome. That's why I got you on here, because it's such a great topic. I'd love anyone to comment below if they've been doing manifesting, if they know about manifesting, or if this is their first time manifesting or learning about it, I should say. Please share with us. But before we get started, I have a question for you. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food would definitely be smoothies.
Oh, wonder why.
100%.
I do.
Yeah. Smoothies all the way.
Yep. So any particular type of smoothie?
I love putting dragon fruit in my smoothies, frozen dragon fruit. My absolute favorite thing, yeah.
I've just really got into that as well. I've never done it, haven't done it much before, but I've really got into that, and I'm like, yeah, really enjoying it. And the color, it's just like, woo. So
beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. So when did you first, I guess, learn or discover your abilities or the opportunity to be able to manifest? Were you quite young when you started that?
Yeah, I guess it all starts back from the movie The Secret, which my mum made me watch. And she did make me watch because I thought it was so cheesy when we were watching it. But I have to say, I truly believed it. I guess at being a teenager, I think I was like, I don't know, 15, 16, I can't even remember. But I guess I was really naive to the fact that it was possible. So I believed and followed every single speaker off The Secret and watched their journey in life. And they've all become
I
unbelievable
know, it's amazing.
multi-millionaire entrepreneurs. I love them all. All the speakers on the Secret are just incredible. So I've followed all their journeys from a really young age and watched them use the art of manifestation in their own lives and careers, and just been blown away. So to be honest, I did start, I guess, diving into this quite young.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like when we're around that age, we're very easily influenced, but also very easily influenced, but also it's starting to really have our own mind and starting to figure things out for ourselves and connect with what's going on the inside. So yeah, that's interesting. And do you think that it was something where it was just like a gradual keep, like being inquisitive, I guess, or was it just really that you started to see what you were capable of doing?
I started to really, I guess when you watch the movie The Secret, I can't see the comments, but if you've watched The Secret, it is a bit far-fetched, it's out there, it's got, hits every kind of sensory, with the movie. But yeah, I guess really started to work on my thinking and my mindset, and using The Secret, the science part, and then the spirituality part, and then trying to combine the two.
Yeah, I like that. So Casey said she's been doing it, but more on a starter level, excited to learn more. And Sharon said she's been manifesting and she thinks she freaked herself out because it worked. I think that happens, doesn't it? Like you're like, I can do this, and then you do it like, oh wow, that actually happened, especially the first time.
Yeah, it does actually feel like magic. And then the more you do it and the more you get used to it and the more you incorporate it into your absolutely daily life and a routine and even a habit, you do feel like you have these magical powers and that you're more in the driver's seat of your life and your destiny. And you are kind of manipulating things a little bit more than you like to think.
Yeah. That's interesting that you said that. You are nearly manipulating more of your life than you realize. Because I find that's interesting and I've seen you do that, and yeah, learning that from you as well. So do you think that everybody has a capability, or do you think it's just some people?
No, so I think everyone is capable of manifesting, though I do believe after working with people one-on-one in this space that everyone comes in with a whole complex, I guess, backpack. I will call it backpack, some social work trained, full of stuff. And when you start unpacking the backpack slowly, you start to find things and discover things and uncover things that might have been blocking the ability, might have been setting up your belief system of what you deserve or what you're capable of, or even what your birthright is. So I don't believe everyone comes in on the same level, but I 100% believe that everyone is equal and that no one's better than anyone. I'm certainly not more than anyone and no one's more than me. And I believe that we just have to know what we want and believe that we deserve it.
And I think that's interesting saying that, because we as women have a tendency to not see our worth, or we say that we do, but we actually really inside don't. So yeah, that's it's more. Do you think that the more people see their worth, the more they are able to manifest?
Yeah, absolutely, because your dreams get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can start really small, and then when you realize those things are starting to come in towards you, due to some techniques that I teach, then you start to make them a little bit bigger. And sometimes it's baby steps for people. Sometimes it has to start small to then get large. And some people can dive straight in and go, no, I'm going for the full thing. I'm here. I'm ready. I deserve it. Here I am. And, there's nothing stopping them. So it just depends, on your belief system about yourself and the belief system that I guess you grew up with about abundance and about love and about opportunities and about money and all of those things.
Yeah. And then is it when we've got those blocks in those areas that it's a lot harder to manifest in that area?
Yeah, because sometimes we can be, for example, wanting to attract or manifest more money, but then we've got all these awful stories that we learned about money that are not true, but they're our belief system. Therefore, we're actually got all these blocks and sabotaging behaviors, I guess, making it really hard for what you're saying you want to actually come forward and step forward into your life.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Ladies, if you've got any questions, please feel free to put in the comments and I can ask Jess. So do you think that's something you can teach children as well?
Oh, absolutely. I think children are absolutely wonderful at manifesting, because again, when you get them young, depends what child you get, of course, but they don't have their backpack full of all those things that are the blocks and things. And children are incredibly amazing at believing in magic, visualizing, feeling the feels of the future of what it feels like before they have it. And I guess that's why I changed my name to I Manifest Magic, because really what I do in manifesting is I teach you to go back to childhood, and to learn how to dream again, learn how to feel worthy again, learn how to speak to your inner child, and really grab your little self and go, you are so worth it, you are so capable, you are so deserving, this is your birthright, whatever you desire, whatever you want, why not? Why them? Why not you?
Yeah.
And so that's where it starts. So yes, definitely.
Yeah. I think you have the power to do that for people too. You're not just good at manifesting, you're good at getting people to really believe in themselves and see their worth. So that's another magic talent you have. So I'll just see if there's any comments. Oh, Sharon, I've gained so much confidence on my journey so far, and believing plays such a big part.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only just believing, one of the biggest things I teach in manifesting is to be grateful, not for just what's happening now and what's happened in your life now, but to be grateful for your future self. So quite often I teach people how to sit in a visualization. I call it a manifesting visualization, and to sit in a space of gratitude before it's actually come, to be truly grateful for what your desires are now before they're here.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to try that. I've just written it down. I can't really read what I wrote because I didn't want to lose eye contact, but that sounds awesome. I'm a really visual person, so I think that's even better. And we don't think about that. We always seem to look at the future as something to worry about instead of looking at the future as something exciting and already seeing it as if it's already happened, already thanking ourselves or thanking what was being brought to us for being in the future. That's really, really cool. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is a habit that you start to get into and play with and have fun with. And a lot shows up in that stage as well, to see what's showing up. Can you really sit in a space of what you truly desire and feel like you've got it and be truly grateful? And who are you when that comes forward? Who actually are you? Because I think with manifesting, yes, I help people, I guess, visualize and step into that space of manifesting their desires. But really what I'm trying to help people unpack is, who do you want to be? Who are you while you're attracting that? So when you're attracting your greatest love story, who are you showing up to that love story?
Wow. Yeah. We don't think that way though, do we?
No. So it's all about I want, I need, and I get people to completely step out of that. Do not, sitting in a space of I need and I want feels like a very low energy, low vibe. But when you sit in a space of gratitude and I am powerful, I am confident, I am giving, I am loving, I'm beautiful, I am so nurturing. When you sit in that I am space of the future, oh my gosh, it's so powerful.
Yeah. I love it. And you can hear the energy as well that comes off that. So I love that. Yeah. I don't have any more comments on there, so I'll just keep going with you if that's all right. So
yeah, absolutely.
do you think that people that have illnesses or are dealing with like pain or really struggling in life can still manifest at the same amount of somebody that's like high energy, high vibe?
So absolutely, but I guess you need to still be able to sit in that space of I am, even though you're in pain. So there was that time where I was going through a lot of physical pain with some things in my body, and my vibration I could feel was low. I felt low energy. I wasn't excited or happy or exaggerated, which I usually am. And so I sat in this space of like visualizing who I am when I'm healed and when I'm energized, and who I was like completely peaceful. And I remember visualizing laying in this really hot bath with music, and I could hear all these sounds, and the whole sensory thing was coming over me. And then I left it and I thought, oh, that was so beautiful. I'm so grateful for that visualization or that experience. Well, what I really did is I just manifested this incredible next level trip to Bali at this amazing retreat that I've never heard of, that just blew my mind. And I remember laying in that exact pool, doing that exact thing, just going, oh my goodness, I did it again. And just so grateful that, yeah, and that was such a healing experience for me. And I was able to step into a space of being who I wanted to be, which is vibrant.
Yeah, I love even how it all happened, how you got over there and you found the place. That was just,
yeah, so crazy.
So you just know that it's going to happen, and you just bring it to you.
Yeah, and you have to be patient, I guess, with manifesting. You can't click your fingers like you have some magical spell. You have to be open to it coming forward, and express that gratitude that it's coming, and just trust that it is coming. And I also teach a lot of ways to, I guess, how to lean into the universe and trust that it's coming, because there's a lot of signs that we are so blissfully unaware of that are so there telling us, hey, this is a sign, it's coming, it's on the way. Be patient, be grateful, and keep stepping into that space of trust.
I think we do get impatient, or we don't see the signs, and I think that's key. I know I was just talking about this with a client a couple of hours ago, that we don't stop long enough to notice the things that are working well, because we're in that rush busyness, or feeling overwhelmed with everything that's on our plate, and not really seeing and acknowledging what we have created or manifested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's really cool. Abby just said magic. Magic.
Yeah, it does feel like magic. And then when it happens, like I've had some really incredibly huge things happen to me, and when it's happened, it's felt like deja vu. It's like I've already lived this experience. Like, it's hard to step in and get excited and go, truly, like, but I have to remind myself that's part of it. I have to force myself to be, so excited and be a little bit more exaggerated. But really, when you really step into manifesting, a lot of the experiences that you're visualizing and then they come true, it does feel like deja vu. It feels like you've already lived that experience.
Or even celebrated it when you...
Yeah, you've already celebrated it. You've already been grateful. You've already kissed it off as done.
That's so good. Yeah. So how do you work with people? Is it something where you take them on a bit of a journey when you work with them? How does that work? If someone was interested in connecting with you and learning a bit more about what you do.
I guess the first step, what I work with any individual, is the first thing I do is, what don't you want in your life, and what don't you want to be anymore? What do you want to let go of? Like, because quite often I find people come to me and they have no idea what they want. And that is the first and most crucial part of manifesting, is you have to be completely clear about what you want. So, and most people have no idea. So you've got to start from the place of, okay, what don't you want? What don't you want anymore? And who don't you want to be anymore? And what don't you want in your life anymore? And so when you start from that, you can start creating a list of, okay, I don't want to stress about having a mortgage each month and having to pay it because I lose sleep at night. I'm stressing. It takes up time in my head that could be used for other things. And we don't get to go on holidays and things like that. So I break down really clearly about what you don't want, but why, because sometimes some things people think they don't want them, they actually do want them. And then we work from a place of, okay, well, what do you want? Like, what does that feel like? How do we flip that? How do we then create, how do we bring more joy to your soul?
I love that, because a lot of times people don't know what they want. Like, it's like, I don't want this, but really, yeah, being clear on it, there isn't that clarity of what you want and what you don't want. Yeah,
absolutely. I find that most people actually don't know what they want. I've been to like so many of those vision board parties, and people are sitting there like just flipping through magazines going, oh, that'd be nice. I'm like, so you came here with absolutely no idea what you're going to put on your vision board or what you want or who you are, and you're just going to like use a magazine to determine your life and your future.
Yes, I run them every January, the in-person Healthy Empowered Women sessions. Done them for 3, 4 years, 5 years, and I do them with some clients every now and again as well. And it's amazing how that's how I know, when you said about, you know, knowing what you want to do, what you want in your life, that women just really don't. And even to get to that point where sitting there, you've got that time out, you've grabbed a magazine, and you don't know what you're looking for. You're just looking for because it's an idea of what you want your life to be like. It's not really clear, is it?
Yeah, and like quite often we look at the joy of what other people have in their life and think, oh, I wouldn't mind that. But then you need to really dive deep and think, what brings my soul joy? What really lights me up? What makes me glow? What makes me get up in the morning and feel alive? What makes me look forward to the future? Like, what brings me complete joy? It doesn't have to be what my next door neighbor desires or wants or has.
Yeah, then it's more about you as well. It's keeping it about you. Yeah, I love that. So if you are into manifesting, is it good to have props and things with you, or using things, or is it just something that you can do all on your own, just as you are?
I think so. When I work from a space of high vibration, so I help people figure out, again, what brings them their energy down, what makes them low, what brings your vibration down, I guess what turns off your glow. Figure out what that is. Now I want you to switch it to what lights you up, what makes you glow, what makes, I guess, turns on your light. What turns on your light? For me, it's nature, it's essential oils, it's music, it's really good people, and it's really healthy, good food. So all those things are just gonna put me in a state of high vibration. When you're high vibration, you're like a magnet for good things. You're like this magnet or this light that's on, and the universe basically goes, oh, there she is. We're going for her. Like, we're attracted to her. And so it's about, like, I help people, how do you turn your light on?
Yeah, I love that. How do you turn your light on? Oh, you should save that. It's so good. How do you turn your light on? Oh, thank you, Amanda, for joining us. She just said contentment makes me glow.
And then you got to look in what makes you content. Like for me, for contentment, you need to visualize what exactly that looks like. So for me, that would be in my garden, picking mint, eating it, not rushing off to work, hearing the birds sing, talking to my garden, being grateful, having all my bills paid, not worried, my kids are happy. For me, that's contentment. Planning my next travel. So I'm really clear about what every kind of feeling feels like for me, because obviously I teach this. And so like when, for someone else, contentment might look like, I have no idea, being in Italy, sitting there sipping lattes, looking at the Colosseum. I have no idea.
That sounds good.
Yeah, like everyone's allowed, there's no rules, I guess, with manifesting. And so it's breaking the rules, including the ceiling. So there's no limits.
Mm.
We keep, as women especially, I do this with men, and I find that their ceiling is literally off, and there seems to be a lot more access to some really large stuff. Whereas women, we kind of be okay, we're just sitting in like, it's enough. No, like I'm here to like teach you to go back to childhood. Who were you? What did you want? You wanted to go to Disneyland. You wanted to dream big. You wanted to go first class and business class and lay back on those beautiful lounges and have been massaged and waited on in a plane rather than have your knees smashed back behind every time someone came and had someone snoring on your arm. Like you've got to like, so I help people really be okay with desiring some really big stuff.
Yeah. There you go. Hit the nail on the head. Being okay with it. Okay with asking for more or asking for the big things.
And I guess with me, because I work in a space of therapy and social work, and I've had to work on myself. Like I come from, you know, a single mum. Basically, I call my suburb the ghetto. I grew up there. I was a boxer. I've had to work through so much limiting beliefs about money and abundance and my worth and my place in the world. Is that when I see women come in with comments that are kind of like just, you know, with their manifesting, I'm like, we've got work to do, because there's limiting beliefs all over it, and you kind of disguising it as projections onto me because I am dreaming big. Yeah. And I'm not here to be projected on. So if you've got projections, we need to work through them.
Yeah. You can see a lot clearer. Okay, so Amanda said peace and good ideas. Abby said living my simple life makes me happy every day. I feel
but then I want to help people break that down, because when people come to me and they engage in a service with me for manifesting, they're not kind of coming to say, I just want to manifest a simple life. They're manifesting and coming to me saying, Jess, I'm ready to move up in my career. I'm ready to attract the biggest love story of all time, the biggest love of all time, like the greatest love story. I'm ready to become the most incredible mother. I'm ready to have incredible amounts of money, so much that I never have to look at my bank account again. I'm ready to manifest to have an estate of $1 million enterprise of real estate. So these are the people that I work with when it comes to manifesting, because that's the energy, that's the vibration I'm at. And, you know, to be honest, I have been able to manifest the most incredible things into my life that most people haven't really got there yet. Yeah. And it's been based on 100% not from luck. It's from being and completely taking inspired action in the manifesting world.
I know, you're very inspiring. Very inspiring. Amanda said, I feel what our vision was 30 years ago may not be as important anymore. What does she mean? What do you mean by that?
Probably from when you're a childhood. So it's more about dreaming. So I guess I've worked with people who, you know, I go back to, you know, when you're about, I think, year 2 or 3, because my kids are doing this now, you write down what you want to be when you grow up. And some people might write a pilot, some people might write police officer, teacher, and some people have become that, and, you know, that's something incredible. But then some people have kind of forgotten what their big dreams were and didn't feel like they could reach them, thought they were just not reachable for them for whatever reason. They weren't good enough. If you know what I mean. So, you know, even when I go back to my pre-primary book, and I know most of the people I went to school with and what they're doing now, and you had in there pilot. I don't know a pilot, and there's little boys in there writing, I want to be a pilot. And I don't know any pilots, but there's like 3 or 4 little boys in there who've written, I want to be a pilot. And yeah, maybe they didn't, that their thing has changed from 30 years, but I can tell you right now, they had no caps on their vision. There was no ceiling, and there was no one telling them that they could not be a pilot. Life has got in the way, sabotaging beliefs, limiting beliefs, blocks.
Yes, 100%.
But would you sit there and say, oh, don't be silly. You don't come from a place that you can become a pilot. you're not able to become a pilot. Do you really think that we're gonna, so that it's going back to that inner child and nurturing it, nurturing yourself, and really really uncovering and discovering what would make life just so exciting to live for you.
Yeah, I love that.
Like you get this one human experience here, right?
Yes.
And I lost my father when I was really young, so a part of me is like, I've just got to live life to the ultimate, to the best. There's no ceiling. I've got to do it for all of us, because he didn't get to live his life, so I'm living that life of however I desire. And so when you're in this space of, okay, I've got this human experience right now, what am I going to do? Who am I going to be? What am I going to have? What's going to show up?
Yeah, then it's endless.
Yeah, and it's exciting. It should be exciting.
Yeah. Abby said she wanted to be a nurse before as she grew up, but felt it was not what I want, so ended up as a teacher.
Oh,
you never know, and you never know where you're going to end up, do you?
I know, you never know when you end up. And I guess it's not about exactly saying what you wanted as a child is what you want, but when you're a child, your soul is quite raw. It hasn't been it hasn't led the life of telling you what you are and what you should be and what the expectation is. So there's still some element of, where does that come from? Like, do you want to help people? Like, to what level do you want to help people? What's blocking you from helping to the highest level of abundance? Like, what blocks you from stepping into this insanely incredible space of helping and serving?
She does now, because she works with me. Sharon said, so true, good health, family are very important these days, not money. Yeah. I have money too, I think. It
depends what your story around money is. I used to have a very bad perception around my money story, and I've worked really hard to have the most beautiful story around money now. So I love money. I love what it can do. I love what it does for me. I love what it does for my family. But I can tell you right now, it's taken a really long time, and I've still come up with barriers around my money story. But I look at it so differently now, so differently.
Yes, I can see you're very, very powerful with your manifestation, and you've been able to accomplish a lot of things. So it's, mind-blowing for me to watch you. Tan said it's understanding your relationship with money.
Yeah, absolutely. And even what your idea, like, some people come in with me the most horrific comments around money, like almost like money is evil, money is disgusting, money, like, even when you look at your first experience with money, and I this isn't from me, I've tuned into another manifesting lady, and she said our first experience of money might have been you eating it when you were little and your parents saying, get that out of your mouth, that's filthy.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I was like, that might be your very first experience with money.
Yeah.
And I work with some money manifesting coaches, and the stuff they come up with is quite interesting.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I'd love to do more around that too. Does anyone have any questions before we wrap it up tonight? I would love to, I'd love to share, or get Jess to share any questions anyone has. Please let us know. So if the ladies wanted to connect with you and work with you, do they just contact you through your Facebook profile, or what's the best way of?
So on my Instagram, I'm i.manifest.money. I mean, not money. Oh, I would like to manifest more money. I manifest magic. Maybe that's my own thing coming out. But so I'm not taking actual one-on-one bookings until end of September. However, I have got a beautiful manifesting masterclass that will be free, and that'll like kick off on a Saturday morning for a few hours. I haven't released the date yet. And then I'll be doing an in-person manifesting event that is really working on your vibration and just letting your nervous system kind of just relax and step into a kind of manifesting style group work.
Well, I'm definitely coming. So I'll make sure that that's advertised in this Facebook group so the ladies can join that as well. So Casey's just said, choked on a 10-cent piece when I was like 1.
Oh, wow. See, there must be stuff around that. So I get really excited because obviously I work in the space of trauma and unpacking blocks, and I go right back to childhood and just in my therapy space. But then there's this spiritual side of me that also likes to kind of unpack things that happen and see where you are right now if traumas or situations happened in your life. So
she's actually doing work in that area at the moment. So
yeah, because I work in that space, and that's what I do from a, I guess, evidence-based point of view, and more, scientific space, I guess, when you work in that. But there's this strong spiritual side of me where I do my Reiki healings and unpacking the nervous system and unpacking, I guess, traumas from another space. And quite often, our chakras are blocked in a space. When they're unblocked, manifesting again reaches another level. So sometimes for women, I find quite often that our throat chakra is very blocked, and that's a space where we speak our truth. That's a space where we express our needs. That's a space where it's okay to express our truest desires, but quite often our throat chakras are blocked, which again, that's something I work through to help manifest to another level.
Yeah. Amanda said, how long from manifesting to fruition would you expect, please?
Do you know what? You can manifest straight away. And so this is where I get you to start. And I wrote a list. Is first of all, get in a space of high vibe and start small. So this is how I start straight away manifesting. Is I want to manifest more butterflies, because you can see them coming in and they're beautiful. And when they come in, you're like, oh, hello, wow, hi, see you later. And you exaggerate, right?
Yeah.
And then when you start seeing the butterflies come in, you're like, oh my gosh, it's working. There's one on my car window. The lady's wearing a shirt with a butterfly. Open my notebook, there's butterflies. There's just butterflies everywhere. And you start to be aware of that. That's when you go, okay, it's working. Time to flip that into something else that I can see come forward. And then as you get better and better and better at it, as just switching it on with a high vibration, trust me, that's where you start to play a bit bigger. You start to play this game a lot bigger. And I guess you got to take inspired action. You don't sit around and just go, oh, I desire, greatest love story, yet you're showing yourself no love.
Yeah.
So you've got to take inspired action.
I'm writing notes. Nia said your energy is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. That's really lovely.
Tan said women a lot are in the red when I do their treatments.
In the red, what does she mean? Red, like I'd say red with money?
Yeah, I'd say so. A lot of
in there.
She does a treatment. She does colon therapy.
Oh, okay.
Actually not far from where you live. She's
wow.
Yeah, down the road. She's amazing. Great way of being able to clean out the gut. If anyone's interested in getting their gut cleaned out.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, red chakra, she said. I thought you meant money.
Okay, yeah, right. And then it's helping, I guess, when you see the chakra colors and what's blocked, it's like trying to unpack where it came from and how to move forward with that. So one of the chakras that I work mostly with is the heart chakra, because quite often we forget to really dive into that self-love and how to show us that unconditional, most beautiful, abundant love to ourselves. But yet we're expecting it to come in from all these other angles. But yet we're not showing up for ourselves. So it's helping, especially women, unblock why that is hard for them, why they're not doing it, and then work on how to get more of that from themselves. And then the things that land and come forward are just like unbelievable.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I love listening to love stories. I just love listening to manifesting as well. And if you guys want to be more interested in, I guess, stories about manifesting, go listen to The Magic or read the book The Magic,
Oh yeah.
because it's got so many inspired, amazing stories in there, and they're on the internet. You can go and Google them and just read them and just feel like excited about everyone's stories, because that helped me. I guess it helped me paint the vision.
Would you be all right if I shared a little bit about a session I had with you? Just a time. Yeah. So just for everyone watching, I had a bit of a session with Jess, and one thing that she covered was we were talking about my husband and a block that he has, and I can't remember. I'll have to go. I've written lots of notes, as I do when I'm listening to stuff like this. And Jess said that he needs to look out for green frogs. And I said, oh, he doesn't actually like green. And she said, well, that's his problem with money, because he doesn't like green. He doesn't allow it in. And so I didn't say anything to him that night. I went to bed. It was a big session. And the following weekend, so like a week and a half later, we went away. I read out all the stuff that I'd done with Jess to him and talked to him about his stuff. The next day, we went into Margaret River. So we're staying in Yellowknife. We drove into Margaret River, and we got out of the car and he goes, I'm going to look for frogs. And I'm not kidding you. He would have seen more than 100 frogs that day.
Oh my goodness.
And I was just like, what is going on? I believe in this, but I'm totally blown away. Like, what has she done to him? Like, and we've had money coming in different ways that you would ever not.
Wow.
Ways you would think that it's coming in, like from the side and all this stuff. And not, not ridiculous yet. It's coming. It's coming. Oh my God. And I said to my husband, do you believe now? And he went, yes. And so whenever he's now, and that was only 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks ago. And whenever he's sort of doubting anything, he's just like, where's the frogs? Where's the frogs? In 5 minutes.
Wow.
And he will be on his phone, and then he'll go, look, Melissa, and I'll be like, how did she do that? What did she do to you?
That's amazing.
You haven't even met him. I know. So I haven't even had an opportunity to sit down and talk to you.
You haven't. Oh my gosh, that just gives me goosebumps. And that's why I do what I do, because it's so exciting.
In a way that I can't even describe, haven't really described. I've spoken to my mother-in-law about it and my husband. And like, yeah, it was crazy. If I tell you, I have to sit with you after the, like in the next few days and tell you all the stories of where all these frogs were popping up. It was just crazy. So it's interesting how whatever happened, and just that belief that he was going to see it. And yeah, bam. So yeah, so cool.
I love that.
Yeah, I know. I'll just see if there's any comments before we wrap it up. Oh, Lynn, I just don't know how to love myself, although I am a very confident person.
Okay. All right. And so I get this a lot. And so was it Lynn?
Yes.
Yeah. So Lynn, I have something for you, which I want you to practice. And this is, first of all, find the things that you find joy in, where you feel your glow, where you feel your light turning on. Like, is it nature? Is it fun people? Is it good healthy food? Is it plants? Is it animals, your dog or cat, whatever? And find that. And I want you to visualize when you're doing these things, I want you to visualize your glow turning on up, your light turning on. So, you've gone from whatever energy, and this light about you is glowing. When you're doing these things, when you're finding joy, your light is open. Now, your light is a lighthouse, right? So when you're a lighthouse, the boats they go to you, towards you. Everything is aligned to a lighthouse because it's attracting safety and, to help the boat ship in. Now, when you're that lighthouse, I want you to see what you want to attract in. Like, I'm here. Visualize yourself as a light. I'm here. I'm beautiful. I'm giving. I'm loving. I'm happy. I'm joy. Here I am. Here, I'm the lighthouse. I'm the lighthouse. And just start visualizing what's coming towards you in an exciting way. So this is the visualization I do with manifesting, is I pretend I'm the lighthouse, and what's coming at me? What am I bringing towards the love I am? Because it is hard to work in a space of loving yourself, but I need you to trust that you have a beautiful glow about you, as everyone does, and you have a light within. I just need to help you learn how to turn it on, and only you can do that.
That's amazing. You're amazing. Me getting glowy. So Lynn said, I'm generally very happy when I help people.
Okay. And that's a beautiful gift. Like, so when you're giving and you're giving love to people, like, this is my happiness, this is what makes me glow, is when I'm giving love. But you need to make sure that you're filling your tank back up, because sometimes giving a lot can also deplete a lot as well, which is what I found with the job I do. So it's also, yes, giving is loving and being grateful and sharing gratitude, but then also, like, allow that love back towards you. Like, yeah, you're giving, but what are you giving you as well? Like, be okay with that.
Yeah, that's good. I love that. Okay, well, we've gone way over time. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's just been too good to hop off. So we'll put your details below and your Instagram page, and if anyone wants to reach out to work with you in September, they can. And I'll definitely put your event in this Facebook group. And if anyone wants to come with me, I'm definitely going. Hopefully it's the end of September, is it?
Yes, I'm planning end of September.
Yeah. Okay, let's check dates to make sure I can go.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I've really, really loved it. And it was perfect timing this week. You have no idea. Yeah, so good.
Oh, thank you. You're such a beautiful soul. I've absolutely loved connecting with you, and I'm sure all the girls and ladies, and I don't know if you've got men, but
no, just women.
Yeah, just women. I'm sure they're just like you, because, you know, like attracts like. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this. If you want to learn more, I often put tips on my Instagram or share things to help, or I have a private manifesting group I've just started.
That's a good idea.
Which is completely free, and you can jump in and get a little bit more of me, and I get more specific on different things in my videos. So that's another option.
Yeah, we'll post that in the comments. Yes. All right. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Take care. See you later.